Welcome you all. In this video lecture, we will see the magnetic measurements. The magnetic quantities are measured using a variety of different technologies. Each technique has unique properties that make it more suitable for particular applications. These applications can range from simply sensing the presence or change in the field to the precise measurement of a magnetic field's scalar and vector properties. The magnetic measurements are most difficult to make and essentially less accurate than electrical measurements for two reasons. First, in magnetic measurement, flux is not measured as such, but only some effect produced by it, such as the voltage induced by a change of flux. Yes, a second and greater difficulty, flux paths are not defined as are electrical circuit difficulties are definitely faced in the precision AC bridges in making the electrical circuits, but the magnetic situation is radically worse and not subject to the same control. These are the two reasons. Okay, so the principal requirements in magnetic measurements are the measurement of magnetic field strength in air, and second one, the determination of BH curve and hysteresis loop for soft ferromagnetic materials. Third one, the determination of eddy current and hysteresis losses of soft ferromagnetic materials subject to alternating magnetic field. The testing of permanent magnets. The magnetic measurements have some inherent inaccuracies due to which the measured value depart considerably from the true values. The inaccuracies are due to following reasons for magnetic measurements. First one, the condition in the magnetic specimen under test are different from those assumed in calculations. Second one, the magnetic materials are not homogeneous. Okay. Next, we will see the types of magnetic tests. Many methods of testing magnetic materials have been devised wherein attempts have been made to eliminate the inaccuracies. However, attention will be confined to a few basic methods of testing ferromagnetic materials. They are ballistic test. This is also called as DC test. In this test, generally employed for the determination of BH curves and hysteresis loops of ferromagnetic materials. Next, we will see the AC test. These tests are may be carried at power, audio or radio frequencies. They give information about eddy current and hysteresis losses in magnetic materials. This is the AC testing. Next, we will see the steady state tests. Steady state tests. These are performed to obtain the steady value of flux density existing in the air gap of a magnetic circuit. So, ballistic test, these tests are used to determination of flux density in a specimen, determination of BH curves and plotting of hysteresis loop. This is comes under the ballistic test. Ballistic test is also called as the DC tests. So in this screen we showing this ballistic is also called as DC test. In this under ballistic test we will determining the flux density and pH curves and plotting hysteresis loop. So now we will see these are all in one by one. First one is measurement of flux density in ring specimen. Okay, this is the ring specimen. We will see the flux density in the ring specimen. So this diagram shows the measurement of flux density in the ring specimen. This is the ring specimen. This is the search coil B. Search coil in this topic we will discuss in B. So this is the BG ballistic galvanometer, and A is the ammeter and K is the key. So this is the calibrating coil, this is the resistance, this is the reversing switch, and we know the ballistic tester comes under DC. So this is the DC supply, this is the ammeter, so this is the switches. Okay, K, that means key, so reversing switch RS. So these are the circuit diagram of the measurement of flux density in the ring specimen. So here K is there, here reversing switch is there, in between we are using what? Ring specimen. Okay. So now we will see the theory of measurement of flux density. So the flux density measurement inside a specimen can be done by winding a search coil over the specimen. So here B is the search coil, this is the ring specimen, this comes over the search coil over the specimen. Okay, this search coil is known as a B coil. This search coil what we denoted B coil. Okay, this search coil is then connected to a ballistic galvanometer. So here see, this search coil is connected to ballistic galvanometer. This is the search coil, that means B coil. This end is connected to, both ends are connected to ballistic galvanometer. So this search coil, the scheme of measuring the flux density in a ring specimen shown in the figure. Let the current I is flowing through magnetizing winding wound around the specimen. A search coil with suitable number of turns is wound around the specimen and connected through a resistant and calibrating coil to a ballistic galvanometer. Okay, the current through the magnetizing coil is reversed. So this is the current through the magnetized coil is reversed, and therefore the flux linkages of the search coil search coil change, inducing an EMF in it. This EMF sends a current through a ballistic galvanometer, so causing it to deflect. So this current deflection only shown in the ballistic galvanometer. So this is the working of the measurement of flux density. So that working only we are showing in this slide. So next we will see the equation of the measurement of flux density. Here pi is the flux linking with a search coil. Search coil is the B coil. R is the resistance of the ballistic galvanometer circuit. N is the number of turns in the search coil, and T, small t, this is small t, time taken to reverse the flux. So average EMF induced in the search coil E is equal to n dot n into d pi divided by dt. That means 2 n pi divided by small t. Average current through the ballistic galvanometer is I is equal to, current only we are now identifying. So I is equal to 2 n pi divided by RT, because of we know the EMF I equal to V by R. So this E act as the V. So this value into V by R. So RT. Okay. Charge passing is Q is equal to IT equal to 2 n pi RT into F is equal to 2 n pi R. Okay. Next, this is the pi through of galvanometer, and GQ is the galvanometer constant. Charge indicated by the galvanometer GQ pi 1. So 2 n pi divided by R is equal to G, this value. This charge indicated by the galvanometer GQ dot pi 1. So flux pi is equal to R dot GQ dot pi 1 divided by 2n. So flux density B is equal to flux divided by area, that means pi divided by ASP. Okay, ASP is the cross sectional area of the specimen. ASP means cross sectional area of the specimen. So this is the flux density measurement in the magnetic systems. Okay, so this is the measurement of flux density in the ring specimen. At last we find out the flux density in the specified area. That means, so flux density B is equal to flux divided by area is equal to pi divided by ASP. Here ASP is the cross sectional area of this specimen. Here we are using ring specimen, so ASP means this cross sectional area of this ring specimen. At last we find out the flux density produced by this ring specimen by the formula we are using. Flux density B is equal to flux divided by area. Here flux is the pi divided by ASP. So this is the one of the equation for the flux density, for calculating flux density. This is the one more important topic in this unit, and it will definitely come for your examinations. Okay.